Hi, my name is Mednex, and this is my submission for the 4 Producers 1 Sample Pack. Open call, I really like that kind of sport. This time Andrew Huang provided us with the whole sample pack, so we have a lot of material to work with. At the first glance, all the samples look kind of percussive, which is really good, but at the same time they are really wet. Now let's look closer what I did with those samples. The structure is really simple. The track has intro, A section, B section, and then again A, B, and really short intro, some variations, instrument swapping, modulations and dips and such stuff. Overall, it's a really simple track, it's really predictable, its high card is in its goofiness. But let's not spoil the surprise. I started with the drums, basic 909 kick, as it is, and I started to make percussion sounds from those samples, and I found this one, which pretty much sounds like a snare already. So I started to shape that. I did some pitch shifting, transient shaping, EQing, OTT, and then some bit crushing, some distortion, and then even limiter. And the snare sounds like this. Yeah, it's punchy and crunchy. And then from the same sample, change some things a little bit, different EQing and some reverb. I discarded that OTT and it pretty much is a usable clap. Yeah, it's from the same family. Then I wanted some hi-hats, sort of closed hi-hats or semi-open or something like that. So again, I went through the samples and found one which sounded already metallic, and I did some things under the warp using a texture algorithm, added some reverb and distortion. Then I duplicated it, changed a little bit reverb settings, added auto pan, and I discarded that distortion, and now I have some metallic sounding percussion sound. So once I had that drum loop and bass, I started to hum some melodies by myself. And that ended in the final track. So yeah, but no more singing from me. That's the only vocals in this track. I did the recording in not the best environment, so I used this multiband compressor to reduce unwanted sounds. I used this Silk vocal thing. I just used one of those presets, did EQing. And as you can see in tuner, my singing, humming is all over the place, but I left it as is, added some vibrato, some automations with the reverbs and echoes, and then I paired it with obviously first preset. I did some auto filtering automations here and there, and that's the main theme, which is going to repeat a lot. Then I wanted to sprinkle some more samples to make it count. I used few as is, almost, for some transitions. This one is stretched and reversed, but some are just with additional reverb. Yeah, for transition parts. For the intro, I took a longer sample and made some repetitions, cuts and stretches under the texture algorithm. And then I added this reverb, which is a hybrid reverb, and I noticed that there is like a sample slot, and I also added one of samples as well, and it did the thing. That's a technical explanation. Without this reverb, but with this reverb it sounds like this. Some sort of a spooky crackling door. Yeah, at some point I started to do some really random things just to experiment. I cut a really small part from the sample. As you can see, it's really zoomed in. Without any of those effects, it sounds like this. It's like short bonk or something like that. And with distortion and stereo imaging manipulations, reverbs, and more distortion and reverb, it sounds like this. Yeah, then I resampled it, stretched, then I made copies of them, added transgate from kilohertz, and I changed those patterns so it's not the same all the time, but with this flanger setting it turned out really nice rising sound. Now let's move to this thing, which is a Max4Live device called Scratcher. It lets you input your own samples as well. So I put one from the pack, and then you can automate the playing head, and this is sort of a crossfader. The middle C is crossfader, so you can cut the sound while you're scratching. Then there is a sound which sounds like a breath. I noticed that by changing this size parameter in reverb, it sounded even more like breath, so I automated this parameter, added some saturation, some more reverb, and panning, so the breathing sounds in one ear and then in another, and so on. Yeah, some volume automation, and also some more breath-like sounds. This one is also with transgate and delay. This is a section, it's like a tail from which comes after the impact. And that's more or less it. There are few other weird sounds, which is like additional accent to melody line. It uses this spectral resonator and uses MIDI from a different track, so it emphasizes the end of the bar. But yeah, I think I covered it all. Alright, that's about those technical things. Let's listen to the whole track.